my shadow. You are follow in my pattern.
Hello and welcome to the Ladies' Room. My guest today is Nadia, my lovely friend Nadia Ernestus, who is a health food educator and fermentation specialist. And she is starting new workshops at the food lab at Southampton College. And that's
right.
exciting.
Very exciting.
You had a company that made all kind of fermented products that were so delicious and sold at provisions and all over. And now this is like you're starting a second career. And you're still
I
only
wouldn't even
like
call it-
22 years old. How did you do
I wouldn't
that?
call it second. There were a lot of careers.
Okay.
But that was my original career around health food. I was teaching workshops because when I went, when I went to school to learn about it, to IIN,
Yeah.
Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and I was a certified health coach, and I was supposed to work one-on-one with people and sort of guide them through, health food choices to make better choices and to achieve optimal health. And to get clients, I started giving workshops. That's how they taught us. And I hated working one-on-one with people because it was more like counseling.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel, not my personality, I didn't have patience for
Yeah,
that.
but the people that studied with you loved you. You taught them a lot of
But
good
I
things.
loved the workshops. The
Yeah.
workshop part I loved. And I did workshops in Hayground School.
Jennifer and I came.
Jennifer in UK.
Oh, you made that delicious. You made the apple and pear one you did here, where you just for dessert
For the
you just grated
grated
an apple and a
salad.
pear, and it completely tasted like apple pie. It was so satisfying and so delicious. And I don't even think you put cinnamon in it or anything. It was
You
just
can if you want to,
yeah,
but
but
you
it was
don't have
just-
to. It's
just
amazing.
the apple and pear. It took you 2 seconds.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's like eating a garden. It's like eating the.
It
it's
was
like
so
eating the
fresh and
juice. That's
delicious.
right.
Yeah.
So I did the workshops at Hayground, and then all sorts. Like that one about grated salads. I had one that was called 50 Shades of Kale.
Oh, 50 Shades of Kale. That's so cute.
And then I started doing fermentation workshops because there was a lot of interest about probiotics and about health food and how it affects your system. And I know how to make sauerkraut. I started teaching that.
That was
And all of a
fun.
sudden, 5 times as many people showed up,
Yeah, we did that.
right? And all the farmers came.
We have a sauerkraut show from like 10 years ago
We
that
did a few of them.
people can Google. That's
That's
on
right.
Google now.
You learned how to make it.
So easy.
Yes,
And
and so
fun.
then Provisions called me and said, we hear that you're making sauerkraut, we want to carry it. And so that's how I got myself a sauerkraut company.
Sauerkraut
And
company.
yes, that's what it was.
You called
That's the only
yourself
thing I made.
sauerkraut queen.
Crowd queen, yeah.
Crowd queen.
I mean, listen, you have to, we elevated.
Yeah.
But I
have
was
to
at the
fill.
farmer's market, in the do-rag peddling sauerkraut. Let's be clear at that. So, yeah, but crowd queen it was. And I had it for 8 years. I did sell at Provisions. I sold very little locally in stores, and I did not sell in supermarkets. I decided against that.
Uh-huh.
And I sold direct to consumer online and on Amazon. And that was the right decision because it turned out that people shop online more than people even shop at supermarkets.
I know. It's weird now with Whole Foods online and everything. You can get anything online.
Yeah. So 3 years ago, I sold it very happily and made money. It was a good idea.
Did you sell it to like a corporation or?
It's bigger companies than mine, for sure. They had few companies, and
They were healthy food companies.
They invested in like an organic baby formula, I think, and so that was for their portfolio, another company.
Cool.
And I had a non-compete for 3 years. They didn't want me to teach either because I teach the way I make it.
Right.
And I teach in
that
an
would cut into
unusual
their
way.
business, yeah.
So now I can teach again.
Yeah.
And my friend Julianne Cormack-Fayez, who is now working for the food lab at Southampton College, invited me to give health classes there.
Cool. And what's the food lab like there? Is it easy to find when you drive onto the campus?
Well, as you first come into the Hamptons and you look right, the first gray building, the carriage house. You can even picture it probably if you
No.
think about it. As first you come in, in your main entrance, the parking lot is on your left. And if you go just, I don't know,
An inch
100
further,
yards,
yeah.
and you look on your right, there is a gray building, and that's a building for the food lab. But if you go a little bit further towards the railroad tracks, you will see the food they made there.
There's a lot of people
They
in
made
that
an
food lab.
unbelievable
It
farm,
smell
a
delicious
huge
too.
farm
Wow.
that is a teaching farm. They teach horticulture and agriculture. They have I think they have 6 greenhouses now.
Wow.
They just built dunes, literally like with sand and all, and they're planting beach plums and like
How
beach
great.
vegetation. It's amazing. And so she wants me to sort of tie that to nutrition.
And who is she?
Julianne, who is the head of the food lab
I
in
see.
Southampton, Stony Brook, Southampton College.
I see.
They're trying to revive the campus.
Right.
Because, the campus was neglected and abandoned for quite some time. And I think about a third of the buildings are condemned.
Oh, no.
And they have
I
to
didn't
come
know
down.
that.
Including the kitchen that they have there.
Well, the kitchen is condemned.
Yeah.
You're cooking in a condemned kitchen.
No. It's a very different building completely. But the kitchen that they had, the shared community kitchen there, that a lot of companies were working at.
Baking.
I think it was 80 companies in there. No, maybe less than that. But anyway, there were a lot of companies that were using that kitchen that you see at farmers markets, or local companies. And they had to move out because the crack in the foundation, it was, it was a lot.
Wow. So when you talk about driving in, you're talking about coming from Hill Street, not 27.
Between Hill Street and 27, there is a street.
Yeah, but you're coming in from, because
You're
you said
coming
as
from
you go
27.
then you pass the railroad tracks.
You pass
go
the
over.
railroad track and
Yeah.
you make a right.
Right.
There'll be
Okay.
a big, or if you go from Hill Street,
Yeah,
then it'll
because
be
you
on your
said,
left.
you said going toward the railroad tracks, so you're coming in from Hill
As
Street.
you come into the, you already turned into the main entrance.
Yeah, from Hill Street.
From that street that goes between Hill Street and 27,
Oh, okay, I don't know.
whatever that's named.
Yeah,
is.
I
You
know
know
the
when you make
street
a,
mean, I know the
when
street mean.
27, you make a left and a light,
Uh-huh,
right?
okay,
That
from
street.
27,
That street.
and then you make a right into
On
the,
Hill Street, you make a right and a
right,
left. In between
It's
those
in
two
there.
streets, there is an entrance.
right. Look
You
for the
go
gray
in,
building,
on the right side,
Yeah.
the first building
the first building.
is the food lab. Hopefully, we'll have a
Lab.
sign.
And they were serving lunches there for a while, weren't they?
They did,
back
not
when it
in that,
started?
had nothing to do with this project. In that kitchen, they had a cafe. And people who made food there, you could
Served
buy
it,
something.
yeah.
They didn't really serve lunch there per se, but you could
But
buy
you could buy
food.
it and you sit
Yes,
there and
that's
eat.
it, yeah.
Do they still do that?
No, nobody's cooking there anymore.
Huh. So your workshops are very interactive. How many people do you?
So far, this week, we only did one workshop with people actually cooking. Because we are not sure, even in that building, what health department
Oh my
wants
goodness.
us to do. It's really not, according to the health department, it's not a kitchen.
Up to code
It
or
could
whatever.
be, it's a teaching class, it's an auditorium. I can show how I make stuff, but for cooking, it's not really set up. There isn't a sink there, there are certain requirements that the kitchen needs to have. We don't have that.
So the people that come to your new workshop, they will not be grading.
Maybe there will be,
Okay.
there might be.
When is this workshop starting or?
The new series, I
Just did one.
just finished 4.
Oh,
The first series of 4.
okay.
It was all raw food because there's nothing to cook on yet.
Right.
And it was Healthy Harvest, it was called.
Healthy heart?
I think
Healthy
harvest to health. So it was during the harvest, so we were.
Oh, perfect.
So it was on fermentation, and then we did a green smoothie workshop. Green smoothie is a fantastic way to get nutrition really quickly and in a condensed matter and easily. Then I did one with those grated salads as a
Right.
way to eat raw vegetables.
Right.
That is a friendly way to do to get your vegetables because you don't have to chew through the whole bunch of hard stuff.
Right.
It's delicious, juicy. So I've done that. And then I did one on herbs.
Herbs, that's a good thing for people to learn
Yeah,
about.
there was a lot of herbs that are growing in the garden. And so I am not an herbal specialist, but I'm a
yeah.
cook. So we did pestos from different herbs,
Yum.
and we
Yeah.
did sauces with different herbs. And then we did like customized potato salad. I brought potatoes, we made herbs, we made mayo ourselves, and then people mixed their own. It was fun.
And what you did, dill.
Dill pesto, I did chimichurri.
And what exactly is chimichurri? I'm always
Chimichurri
confused
is
about
parsley,
that.
parsley,
Parsley.
hot pepper, garlic,
Hot pepper, garlic, and parsley. Yum.
oil.
Yeah, it's a Mexican thing.
And we made mayonnaise from my sauerkraut, my recipe.
Oh, you make your own mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, it's the easiest thing in the
It's
world.
so
Takes
easy,
2
right?
seconds.
Oil, egg,
Egg.
lemon.
Well, sauerkraut
Oh,
for sour element. You need sour element.
yeah.
You can put vinegar or lemon
Okay.
or sauerkraut. Not even the juice.
Sauerkraut in.
Not even the juice.
You put sauerkraut in
the
your mayonnaise.
blender. In the blender.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
So it's like cabbage mayonnaise.
It's delicious.
Wow, I would
it
never think of
blends
that.
silky, smooth, amazing.
Yeah, and it gets
live
a little more
probiotic.
body, right, from the sauerkraut.
Has live probiotics, thickens beautifully.
Yeah.
And when you put it in the fridge, in a few days, it gets a little fluffy. Because
Nice.
the probiotics are still working in there.
God, I'm such a Hellman's girl. I don't know, you
Wow.
know, any kind.
I mean, when you can control your ingredients,
Yeah.
then mayonnaise, instead of
Yeah.
being this horrible reputation, becomes health
love
food.
mayonnaise,
You
yeah.
have an organic egg, you have,
Yeah.
you have good mustard, you have good oil. When you control your ingredients,
Controlling your
then
ingredients.
all of a sudden something that you consider unhealthy can be very healthy.
Yes, and you got onto your nutrition journey. So everybody uses that word journey.
I hear that word.
Yeah, me too. It's used too much now. But what started you getting into healthy food and
Well,
nutrition?
I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. It was like maybe 16 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't a total surprise because I had gestational diabetes when I was pregnant with my kids. My sugar was
Gestational?
Gestation is when you are
Yeah,
gestating
yeah,
a
but
baby
I've
when you're
never heard of
pregnant.
gestational diabetes.
Yeah, that's what's. It's when
And
you know they check your sugar when you're pregnant.
yeah.
So my sugar was
Hi.
high, and it was also too jumpy. Like I reacted to. It was fluctuating too much,
Uh-huh.
and they want the sugar to be stable, and you want the sugar to be stable.
Yeah, you sure do.
All of us
Yes.
would like to have sugar. to be
Sugar is
stable.
poison.
Yeah, no, but I mean the fluctuation
Yeah.
of blood sugar. This is what is bad.
Right.
It's worse than just level high blood sugar. When it fluctuates a lot, it's really bad. Anyway,
I
so
bet that affects moods too.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
So I thought I ate well, but it was very little help from doctors who
Oh, no.
would just not
No.
either give me drugs, and I was like, let me try it. I mean, it's my first time you diagnosed me. Let me try to see what I can do, because I figured it's a dietary disease, so it could be cured with a dietary means. So that's what I did. I researched it myself. Google wasn't what it is today. It
No,
would take me
AI
very
is
little,
really-
very little
Yeah.
time today, but it took me a long time back then to
I'll bet.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I sort of figured it out, and it all boiled down to eating a lot of plant-based fiber, because that's what
Yeah. I mean,
regulates
the
it.
earth is set up to work. Everything grows everywhere. And instead we go around killing things.
But so this is what I teach. I teach how to eat all this healthy food in a very user-friendly way.
And, yeah,
That it is absolutely delicious. It takes 2 minutes to prepare, okay, and it's not a chore. It's not
Right.
something you have to. It's wonderful and easy and simple and fun, and it makes you healthy.
Yeah.
That's what I teach. So
And
my
you're pretty
next,
funny, so I imagine it is fun.
we have fun.
Yeah.
So my next series starts in January.
Okay.
It will be two parts of 4 workshops each. It'll
So
be eight
eight,
workshops
yeah.
altogether. It will be all about immunity,
Oh, good.
because I want us to come out of this winter of our malcontent strong and
Yeah,
not
no
weakened.
COVID?
No weakened.
No flu,
And
no COVID?
we have
Strong
to
immune
more and
system?
more think about how we ourselves take care of our health
Yeah,
and rely on others less and rely on yourself more.
yeah.
So it's all going to be about immunity. That's that. It starts in the middle of January. It's not expensive. It only costs $25 per workshop. And we have,
And then do you eat the food you make?
of course, we taste and take. Well, of course we
Okay.
do. Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of
I always
tasting
like to
going.
get fed when I come to
Well,
workshops.
I mean, you're not gonna might not get fed, but there's plenty to taste. And yeah. So that's the story.
Cool. And I forgot what I was going to ask you, but why did you choose the food lab to do your? Just because it was,
It was
set
Jud-
up to do it
my
already?
my friend Julianne. We did a lot of projects with her.
Oh, okay.
Julianne Cormac Fayez, she was a technology teacher in Bridgehampton School. And remember when Michelle Obama's project was the school garden?
Yeah.
So Bridgehampton
Yeah.
School, one of the first schools that had a school garden, and Julianne ran it. And I cooked with the kids. She invited me to cook with the children, whatever they grew. So I would have a mystery basket, and I would cook whatever they had for me. And to this day, every so often I'd be like in King Cullen or something, and the kid would come up to me, like grown-up kid, and say, "Do you remember how you made me eat the green leaves? I never had green leaves." And you made me eat
That's
spinach.
funny.
They remember.
Yeah.
Very nice. And we did a project, the food book. We published a book for kids about nutrition. And so now she's in charge of this project in Southampton. She has a grant. And she's doing absolute wonders. If you have not been there at the campus, you really should go, because it is gorgeous what they did. That farm is incredible.
Wow.
And they teach all kind of programs. They also grow succulents, and they have all kind of workshops with succulents in one of those greenhouses.
And can you get like a membership to the garden like they do with the Amber Waves
I don't
and
think
those
they have
farms?
it yet. I don't think they actually quite sure about how they can make money for this program, because
Yeah.
it's a university and they're teaching.
Right.
So we'll
Is
see.
it a non-for-profit?
Well, it's a school.
Yeah.
So the money goes to that. So I really don't know. I
Yeah.
don't touch that money thing. But I know that they also want to teach how to make a product from what you grow.
Yeah.
So she's talking to me about that also, because I did have a product. I know how to develop it and market it and what to do with it. But we're not quite sure yet about how. And so Julianne was calling me and was saying, "I'm making a kitchen for you." And I was
Nice.
like, "Oh, great." And then one day she called, she said, "Come and look at your kitchen." And I did. It wasn't a kitchen. It's an auditorium where I
Yeah.
teach, but I have a teaching room.
Yeah, when we did your workshop, it wasn't a kitchen, but you had us do a meditation where we kept our eyes like half open.
Yeah.
and-
Oh, that was when I was first starting.
Yes, it was.
Oh my
And
God.
you
that
made a
was this-
wonderful kind of trail mix, but a very different kind of trail mix that had all these wonderful things in it that was so
Wow,
delicious
you
and
still remember.
surprising.
Yeah, it was. I had a workshop in the very beginning. I did the 3 workshops.
I think we came to one at the Ross School too.
No, at Hayground School. I didn't do it, Ross.
Okay, okay,
But
then
this
we went
one
to two at
was
Hayground.
at the tennis club at the tennis
Indoor tennis?
right here in East Hampton.
Yeah, East Hampton indoor
Yeah,
tennis.
yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah, because we,
And the
yeah.
basement there. That
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
first
yeah,
one.
that's where
So
we
I
went,
began
yeah.
my first 3 workshop there, and then when my very first one, I had 3 people,
Mhm.
and then there were more people and more people, and then I decided to make the fourth one because all of a sudden everybody heard, and that is the one you came to.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah.
quite a bit of people.
Yeah. There were like 12 of us.
I know, it was amazing. And it was like,
I think we made something with beets.
I made a workshop, the 4 best things you can do for your health. And it was meditation. The second was drinking water.
Right?
And the third one was I made you stand up, get up from the chair.
Right.
Remember? Because one best exercises is the squats for your legs. So if you
I'm really bad at squats.
you can stand up from your chair 10
Yeah.
times.
Well, I do that, but
You can stand
bad
up
at
in chair
squats.
10 times.
My least
And-
favorite exercise.
Yeah, but he hates it because
Yeah.
it's the biggest muscle, so
Yeah.
it wins you the most. It takes the most out of you.
Yeah.
So yeah, but this is what it is. And eating vegetables. Those were the 4 things. Water, stress relief of some kind, whatever it is, we did little meditation,
Yeah. Breathing.
exercise, because you need to burn,
Yeah.
increase
Burn the calories.
the
Yeah.
blood circulation and eating raw vegetables and whatever. Raw vegetables, cooked vegetables, plant-based fiber.
So if you had like one tip to give to people to start on their healthy
I just gave you
lifestyle.
four
Well,
tips.
4 tips, but like the one if you had to just pick one, what's the most, just eating healthy food,
And drinking a lot of water.
drinking a lot of water. Now, how
And
much
see,
water
more-
is too much water? Because
I don't-
sometimes you can
I-
rinse
I
out.
wouldn't worry about it.
Really?
I
I
really
think my
would.
daughter drinks too much water.
I don't know. But I have seen more and more people dehydrated, and I had the experience with this. I think that when you get older, we
Yeah.
process different things
True,
differently, and
yeah.
that changes too. Because I also thought always that I drink enough
How
water.
did you get
I
dehydrated?
started getting very dizzy when I would stand up, and really dizzy.
And it was
And
dehydration.
more, then I would get dizzy without standing up. I went to all sorts of doctors. My heart would pump. Went to cardiologist. He laughed me out the office.
And this was before or after the
Very recently.
diabetes.
And I had no idea what it was. And then I figured out only because it was worse in a hot day. And I said, oh, maybe that's what it is. And I started reading about it, and yes. One guy was taking this summer from Main Street in Sag Harbor in an ambulance, fell down on the street, dehydrated.
Dehydrated.
I do meetups on the beach. You saw the meetups. You went to one of my meetups with
Oh,
people
yeah,
on the
yes,
beach,
yes,
right?
yes.
You came to one
On
on Long Beach in Sag Harbor. And so there is an old lady there. She's very slight, very little. It was a hot day. She drank a glass of wine and absolutely passed, again, an ambulance. Dehydration.
Oh, no.
Please drink water. You need more water than you think. You need more water
Yeah.
than you think. Put a glass of water in your sink in the bathroom. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
And then I
um,
remember to drink it. Somehow if I put a bottle in there, I don't. Because I have to open it. If I have a glass in there, then I drink it.
Yeah, I always have a glass by my sink,
You
but
lose so much
I
water
buy
overnight. But
the trilogy and the kombucha that comes in glass bottles. Well, I guess they all do, but there's a blue one that the kombucha looks really weird. I forget what they have in it that makes it blue. It's some kind of spirulina. But anyway, on the bottle it says Sacred Life, and then there's the Buddha berry, but I always have 2 bottles because I don't like to drink out of plastic. Not good. The plastic leaches into the water, especially if you leave a bottle of water in your car in the summer.
Yeah.
And you don't want to use single-use plastic anymore anyway.
No, but
So I have 2 bottles of water by the side of my bed, and at least I know I'm getting two bottles
Drink
of
it in the
water at
morning.
night. And in the morning, God, crazy old Yogi Bhajan had us drinking a gallon of salted water in the morning. That was crazy. But they say the first thing you should do in the morning is 2 glasses of water before anything else. Throwing coffee in your stomach first thing is not a good thing. I mean, they have remember they said broccoli wasn't good for you, and then it was good for you, and it's like this is good for you, and then it's not good for you. It's always like,
It's
whatever.
one person's medicine and another person's
well,
poison.
everybody's
I
chemical system
always
is
say,
different. Yeah,
people talk about coffee. I don't drink coffee. I don't like the taste.
I don't drink
I
coffee.
drink tea all day
Yeah.
long, but I never like the. I'm Russian. We drink tea. I never. I don't know. My mother drank coffee. I did not like the taste. But
I like the
I
taste,
always
but-
say, if it doesn't bother you, drink coffee. If you get hyper from it, if you get stuck because it's very acidic, so
I
if you
bounce
get
off the walls if I drink coffee.
well,
Yeah.
it's you
But
decide.
I like the taste.
I'm just saying you
Not good for
decide.
me.
If you can have a sip. I mean,
Yeah.
if you need it,
I don't need it.
it's only you know how it affects you.
Right.
That's all I have to say.
Exactly.
Your body knows.
You know about all the mushroom coffees now with chicory and lion's mane and all the really good mushrooms. They're, I guess, very therapeutic.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mushrooms are amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a forager.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I think
I'd
mushrooms.
love to learn about mushrooms. We have them all over our property.
You
We had
should-
bright yellow ones this summer. It was so crazy.
You should call
They
me
were like
when they
cartoon
come out.
mushrooms.
Send me
So,
the picture.
huh?
Send me the picture.
Oh, okay. I do have a picture. So this is great, your workshop. So people can get on foodlab.org, Southampton Food Lab.
Yes, there
How
will
do they
be.
find it?
Huh?
How do they find it?
There will be.
Oh, it's on the screen.
Yeah, Food Lab Southampton. There will be. I guess a link on the screen.
Okay, great. Well, this half hour seemed like 2 minutes.
Usually is.
Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
Anyway, live, laugh, love, and be happy, and eat healthy food.
Yes.
Most important, people. Keep healthy. There's plastics and everything now. I don't even want to eat fish anymore because of that.
Eat
crazy.
better, live longer, and have more fun.
Have more fun. Yep. Thank you for joining us. See you next week.